Hello students, welcome to Notebook. Have you heard the story of Robinson Crusoe? The man who spent 28 years on an island far away from home with no way of escaping. The island was a tropical desert island near Trinidad. The story we are going to study today is called Robinson Crusoe Discovers a Footprint. It is taken from the novel Robinson Crusoe, written by Daniel Defoe. We will start with the story, but let us first talk a little about our author. Daniel Defoe was born in England in the year 1660. He wrote hundreds of books, journals, and pamphlets. He was also a trader, spy, and journalist. His best-known novels are Robinson Crusoe, Moll Flanders, A Journal of the Plague Year, and Captain Singleton. We will now start with our story for today. Robinson Crusoe is the first-person narrator and the central character of the story. His ship has been destroyed by the sea and he is now all alone on an island. He wants the company of another human being. Suddenly, he discovers a footprint on the sand one day. The narrator is surprised and puzzled after discovering the footprint on the deserted island. He listens hard and explores the place in search of human life, but he cannot find one. He starts to wonder if he has imagined the footprint. But that is not the case. The footprint is still showing on the sand. You could be asked a question which tests your common sense, like this one. Why do you think that the narrator doubts his own eyes and thinks that he has imagined the footprint? You can answer the question in this way. Robinson Crusoe has been stranded on the island for days on end after the shipwreck. He is craving for human company, but he has not found any sign of human life on the island. We often imagine things that we desperately wish to have. We find that Crusoe feels frightened and uneasy. He feels he's being followed and rushed into the cave which acts as his home on the island. He's so scared that he does not remember how he entered the cave. He cannot sleep a wink that night. He thinks about the footprint and concludes that a savage from the mainland has reached the island in his boat. He feels he has narrowly escaped being spotted by the savage. If the savage had seen him, he would have been killed and turned into a meal for him and his tribe. Are you puzzled by Crusoe's fears? Put your thinking caps on. Who is the savage from the mainland mentioned here? Why is Crusoe so afraid of him? Savage from the mainland refers to the Red Indians or American Indians who are the original or native inhabitants of America. European settlers who arrived in America after Christopher Columbus discovered the land, tortured and treated the natives badly. They hated and feared the natives, for whom they used the insulting term savage. Savage means cruel or vicious. Crusoe shares the prejudices or the wrong ideas of the European settlers since he's a white man himself. He distrusts the practices, rituals and culture of the natives or the people of the region. The native Red Indians are known to practice cannibalism or eating the flesh of one's own species. Crusoe fears that the Red Indians will kill him and eat him up. Crusoe spends the next few days in fear and prays to reduce his fears. He investigates the island quietly, gripped by the feeling of being watched. He finds nothing fishy on the island over the next 2 or 3 days. Finally, he feels brave enough to go to the seashore and inspect the footprint he had seen. He compares the size of the foot of the footprint with his own foot. He immediately realizes that it belongs to someone else with a much larger foot. He is again overcome with fear and goes home now, absolutely sure that other people live on the island, people who are savages. You could be asked questions like these from the short piece we just studied. What was Robinson Crusoe afraid of? Here are some clues to help you answer this question. Robinson Crusoe feels threatened by the savage or the Red Indian who is a native of the island. He is afraid of human being who is larger than him in size, as proved by the footprint on the shore. He is also gripped by the fear of the supernatural or something that is invisible to him. One final question for you. You can answer this question by closely following the text. These pointers will help. Describe Robinson Crusoe's dwelling on the island. Robinson Crusoe comes to the cave which he calls his castle. It can be entered through a hole in the rock or by using a ladder. With that, we come to the end of our video lesson on Robinson Crusoe discovers a footprint. Here's a fun activity for you. Look at the footprints of people and animals in the streets, gardens, and parks around you. Try to imagine who these footprints belong to. See you soon in our other videos. Till then, happy learning.